morning, Tim.
Oh,
So
yeah.
good to see you.
I'm really excited that we have the opportunity to really talk about women in healthcare. As you all know, being women in medicine, we have some unique challenges that we face, and it's really neat to be able to have that dialogue today. I know you, as a hospitalist leader, Miriam, really have an interesting story. Would you mind sharing that?
Sure. My story is, an immigrant story. I came from Pakistan. I did my med school there, and trying to find a job which was flexible and accommodate me as a mom, which is very hard. So when I got an opportunity to be leader at my site and director of the hospital medicine practice, one of the biggest reasons to say yes was to able to create that flexible environment for other women. I have 2 daughters. I want them to know that even if you're a woman of color or you're a Muslim woman or a woman who cannot even speak proper English when I came to this country, you can make anything possible.
That's really inspiring, Miriam. You know, when I started my career, just like you, my priority was flexibility in order to spend time with my family. And I've also worked towards being a leader, and it's been sort of a challenge for me because I was under the notion that having a young family, there was no way I could be a leader. How was I going to juggle being a leader as a working mom or even just read a book? And so hearing your story is really inspiring to know that it is possible to be a working mom and be a leader and really have that balance as well as that happiness and satisfaction.
One of the big questions that we get from women in medicine is, how do I start on this path to leadership? And for myself, I would say, I started to volunteer for projects. I started to make myself available to do extra work or take on extra roles that needed filled within my department, and that's led to other opportunities. I think one of the most important messages to put out there is, to volunteer and make yourself available, even if you're not 100% confident that you're, the perfect person for the job. You probably are and just don't realize it. And there's a lot of opportunity for mentorship along the way. There's a lot of opportunity to learn as you go, but it's not a reason to turn down a position just to keep going.
I couldn't agree with you more, Naomi. As a medical director and a department chair, I believe that these female qualities that we have of caring, of empathy, of compassion have only served to make me a stronger leader. So we should always really be true and hold true to our authentic self as women. Something I wish someone had told me when I was starting off as a young female leader is, as a woman leader in a hospital, you will often be the only woman at the table, and you may feel like you don't belong. And that imposter syndrome is real, it exists. And, we should always remember that we're equally qualified to be in that room. When you're looking for your first job, just sort of look for those sort of organizations that are going to be supportive to young families, Look for organizations that are going to be flexible with your schedule and do sorts of things like that. And when you're out getting interviewed, ask those questions.
For me, it's really about support, and the support that's out there, not only within my own practice site, but within the community. When I first came out and working with a lot of surgeons, there were a lot of male surgeons that I was working with, and it was really intimidating. It sort of felt like an old boys club, and I wasn't part of the old boys club. And so to be part of a group where women are mentoring each other is just such a privilege, and it's really a fantastic thing.
I totally agree, and I love the fact that we're able to sit here and have this conversation about being women in medicine. One of the things that I recognized within our company that was missing was that we really just didn't have a way to kind of bring us all together, to have this community, if you will. And as a result of bringing that up to leadership and proposing a solution, we were able to create our Women in Medicine work group, we call it VWIM, Vituity Women in Medicine. My recommendation, honestly, is if there's something that you're passionate about, to find those areas and maybe identify some gaps within wherever you're going to be working and help to propose some solutions, because honestly, we can change how we're practicing and we can change the future of our healthcare practices. So the time is now. It's our turn. Let's go do it.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you.
That was amazing. Good to see you guys.
Good to see you, hon. Good job. Excellent. Bye, Miriam. Bye, you guys. See you later.